Hello, everyone. Patricia Calkins here. Welcome to the seventh week of Decoding Cultures. We're nearly to the end. You've only got 1 week after this, and then you will all have successfully finished this course. This week, we are turning more towards the idea of immigration and acculturation. Immigration is a huge topic in politics right now, and it's something that we need to talk about. We're going to be talking about it in terms of culture. The question is, when immigrants arrive in a new country, what are the processes that they go through in order to be able to function in that society? And when they go through these processes, are they then accepted by the people who are members of the dominant culture? Remember, the dominant culture happens to be the kinds of cultural values to which the majority of that culture would agree. But as we have seen from this last week's work, many of the immigrants who are coming to the United States right now are not at all from cultures that were traditional European sources of immigration. So the process that these new immigrants have to go through in order to understand the culture that they are coming to is much more difficult than those of us whose ancestors may have come from Europe will have had to go through. The process that they undergo, immigrants undergo, in order to um, get to know and function in the society is called acculturation. I did not have to go through acculturation for US culture because I am a native of US culture. I was born here and did not have a different native culture while I was learning about US culture. Therefore, I went through enculturation. This is what happens when a baby is born into a culture. With acculturation, there are many different problems. To begin with, you have grown up with a certain set of values, and now the dominant culture is telling you that you should value a different set of values. What happens if there is a conflict between the values that you grew up with and have always valued and the values of the culture to which you moved? As we had seen in the case of language shift, where it took 3 generations for there to be full fluency of the descendants of the original immigrants in the native language of the dominant culture, the same happens in learning the new culture. In the first generation, the people who immigrate, it's almost impossible for those people to take on a new culture and completely do away with an original culture. In the second generation, this group is generally um, much like the bilingual, able to function in both cultures more or less harmoniously, but also perhaps with difficulty. And it's only in the third generation, just like it was with language shift, that we see a true acceptance of the dominant culture being possible. So I'm looking forward to this week with you. I thank you for your hard work, and we will talk to you soon. Goodbye.